I did it. 31 horror movies for every day of October. It's a lot of movies to watch, in a month. But I did it. For the first time, I completed my Spooktacular. And I'm kind of proud of myself. And I hope everyone enjoyed listening to me talk about a fuck ton of horror movies. And if you played along with me, fuck yeah. That's thumbs, if you can't see it. Yeah, there we go. Here's the last 3 movies that I watched for October. We've got the good, the bad, the good, the wholesome, and the fucking vile. Happy Halloween. Day 29. Killjoy 4. Killjoy Goes to Hell. I'm not, like I said in my previous clown-themed entries, I'm not really afraid of clowns, not big into clowns. Clown horror is kind of dumb to me. But these Killjoy movies, they were pretty funny. I was thoroughly entertained. Not the worst full moon picture I've ever seen out of the entire 4. This one, though, this one was special. Okay, the first one, traditional ghost story with demonic ritual. Second movie, slasher film. Third movie, basically the setup for the fourth movie, which is utterly insane. The third movie was kind of like the first, kinda. I don't know, maybe the first 2 combined, whatever. The fourth movie, though, goddamn. Alright, Killjoy gets resurrected somehow. I guess he gets a body. Some hag summons him, and he's just like, why the fuck did you summon me? And then he sees a really big, strong, ripped fucking centurion behind him. And he's like, oh, I'm the bailiff, you're coming with me. Tortures him, puts him in an electric chair, puts him in a prison outfit, and executes him because he's guilty. And then he goes to hell, but it's not just hell. It's like they get in an elevator and they go down, and then they're in like a fucked up combination of space station built inside of an asteroid with like hell shit on it. Yeah. That's where we're at now. So, that's basically the courtroom for hell. Killjoy's on trial for being kind of soft and not scary. When I read the description for this movie, all I could just think of was what the fuck is fixing to happen? And I was pleasantly surprised. Like, they really, whoever wrote this one, good fucking job. I was really impressed. It had a coherent story, for a movie about goddamn demonic clowns. And I'll kind of go into this one a little bit. I don't want to get too deep, but he's on trial. Satan's the judge. The devil's advocate is against him, and his lawyer is called Skidmark, who is he's a demonic human clown who looks up to Killjoy, always has. And of course his his little clown posse has also made a return, minus the freak show's conjoined twin fetus. That one didn't make it for some reason, and they kind of pointed out for no apparent reason. Yeah, and so basically Killjoy's on trial, and the movie keeps bouncing back between the trial, or him in jail, and it also bounced back to the survivor from the third movie. She basically ended up in a mental institution because she could not stop laughing. Somehow, laughing at the clown fucked with her brain to where she just can't stop laughing. She knows what's going on. She's not crazy. She just can't stop laughing. Because somewhere deep down in her little rat brain, something snapped and said, oh, fuck. Demons are real. You better have your defenses up at all goddamn times. So, yeah, she just laughs the whole movie. And then, like, there's people investigating, you know, what happened in the third movie. It's a pair of cops and her doctor. Kind of boring. The real meat of this movie is what the fuck the clowns are doing. The hobo clown from the third movie, he's rallying the other clowns in hell to basically revolt against the devil and the courtroom and everyone there. Freak Show finds a mirror basically to get escape. And the succubus, she's basically thinking, oh, I need to go to the earth. I need to snag the survivor up, bring her to hell, and let her testify in court, hell court, maybe to help Killjoy's case. Because every mark against Killjoy, they take one of his many names away. Because the names were really important in the third movie. Because why the fuck not? But they keep taking names and his powers away, so he's effectively useless. He doesn't even have his horns, which are usually covered up by hair. Weird fact throughout this movie. Sometimes he gets haircuts. These demon clowns get haircuts sometimes. Either way. So they use the mirror to go back to Earth, snatch her up, basically murder the supporting cast of regular humans, and bring her back to hell. She comes through clowned up. She goes on the stand, pleads her case. Excuse me. Basically, just retells the third movie over in quick flashes, which was nice. You know, no dialogue or anything. And then Satan goes to render his verdict, and all hell breaks loose. The clowns show up. I think they were pretty much going to give Killjoy his powers back or something. It honestly doesn't matter, because this movie's fucking batshit. Okay, I remember now. They're going to give him his powers back, but he has to win another trial, but it's a trial by combat. He's got to fight basically the next up-and-coming Killjoy, which happened to be his lawyer, Skidmark. He has shit on his nose. They have to fight. He whoops Skidmark's ass. He slowly gets his powers back because he kind of believes in himself now. Hearing the chick who can't stop laughing, and for some reason she fucking sides with Killjoy and starts mildly helping him. She's been utterly traumatized for 3 years because this guy murdered her friends, but she thought, fuck, I'm in hell and I have no idea who anyone is except for the guy who was torturing me and my friends. So she fucking helps him, and he basically kills his lawyer and then pretty much won his shit back. And then all the rest of the clowns are like, nah, fuck everyone else. Huge fight. Satan's like, nah, fuck this shit, and starts zapping people with his finger and shit. Then the survivor runs up and is gonna hit Satan, and he's like, ugh, you're a fucking virgin, ugh, and just teleports away. And he had given Killjoy a box earlier in the movie. He's like, you'll know what to do with this when the time comes. Killjoy's about to leave, escape from hell court. I think he was going back to Earth. But he finds the box and he opens it, and it's a self-destruct button. So they blow up hell court or hell. They might have blown up. He might have destroyed hell. And then they all just magically teleport, or they take an elevator. They take an elevator back up to Earth, and he's like, "Oh shit! Well, what do you guys want to do now?" And the chick's like, or the survivor's like, "Oh, well, I helped you, so we're cool, right?" And Killjoy's like, "No, fuck you. I'm a demonic clown. Give you a 60." He's like, "I'll give you a minute head start. Go." And then they're like, "No, all right. Well, that's actually 30 seconds. That's pretty fair, right, guys?" And they all agree. And they're like, "Well, fuck it." And then the movie ends. And I think there's at least one more. I don't know if I'll watch it. If I do this again next year, maybe I will. Day 30. Hocus Pocus. Yes, the only Disney movie to make it into my horror marathon. Um, I've got a special place in my heart for Hocus Pocus. Um, back, in a simpler time, back in the good old year of 1993, Kenny Ortega and Walt Disney blessed us with this movie. I grew up with this movie. It was a household favorite. Every Halloween, we had to sit down and watch this movie. Fuck. A lot. I don't know. Like I said, this is a classic. A traditional Disney classic. Not really going to get into the story, because if you don't know what Hocus Pocus is about by now, it's your loss, not mine. Just watch it. It's Halloween. Or, I mean, it's not Halloween. It's not yet. But watch Hocus Pocus. It encapsulates all things good and evil and witchy about the season. You got your, of course, witches, black cats, trick-or-treating, zombies, graveyards, spooky locales, cauldrons. It's all in this movie. And show it to your kids. Maybe it'll scar them. If they're really young. I don't know. Yeah, watch this movie. It's... You could kind of say it's a horror movie. I was never afraid of this movie as a kid. Maybe somebody was, but not me. Like I said, I've been exposed to a lot of horror throughout my life, and a lot this month. And I needed something nice. And again, as tradition dictates, I sat down with my family and watched this, and we had a good old time. And, yeah, Hocus Pocus. It's a good one. Day 31. A Serbian Film. Yes. To cap off the end of my 2020 Spooktacular, I picked a very vile movie. And this is a movie me and Fletcher, my fellow talking head now, we talked about watching this movie a long time ago. And when I told him this was my final pick of the month, he basically said I couldn't do it alone. He had to join me.
I was down to watch it.
I was too. And I almost watched it without him. I'm kind of glad I didn't. Because, yeah, I still can't get parts of this movie out of my head.
We have slick talked about doing this for the podcast for forever. But I didn't want to spend $120 on an actual DVD copy. And I found a copy and we just sort of were like, kept pigeonholing it, so to speak.
Yeah. But I found one online, and it's super easy to find. And apparently I found the uncut version.
You did.
And you said there was only 2 minutes left out? I wonder what 2 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know, because I found the uncut one a couple years back too, but I was just like, well, at least we know we can find it, and then left it at that. I don't know what the 2 minutes are either, because even the cut version's still NC-17 to be released here.
Yeah, 2 minutes less of this movie would not have really made a difference to me.
Yeah, this is still banned in certain countries to this day, and it's 10 years old this year, being 2020.
Yeah. And yeah, I wanted to pick a very vile movie, since most of the movies on my list, some have been good, some have been scary. But not scary like this. My fucking god.
Yeah, this is that true real world horrifying thing, because, let's be honest, every aspect of this has happened in the real world, and that's the most horrifying part.
Yeah, this movie we're not going to go too deep into this, because we might still do an episode on this.
Yeah,
on
I mean, I'm down to scar Ian and Hudson.
I'm down
and anyone else.
I'm down to scar everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll give you the general outline of this movie without having to go too deep. Basically, this movie's about not really washed up, but I guess a retired porn actor, and he's approached by a friend in the industry, and it's like, hey, something big's like somebody's gonna film something real big and cool. You want in because they want you, and he decides to take him up on it, and slowly goes down the rabbit hole of realizing what he is really being asked to do.
Yeah, it's a new wave film that they're asking him to do. Like, he's fucking in it, but beyond just fucking is what's being asked to do of this man.
Yeah, like, I really don't want to get into parts of this.
This movie's so infamous. If you're watching this and are aware of what a Serbian film is, you know what infamous shit we're talking about. Holy fuck.
Yeah, and this is a family YouTube channel, so I don't really want to...
This isn't a family YouTube channel.
Shut up. Fuck you. But yeah, after we watched this movie, or while we were watching this movie, at one point, there's a child screaming. And it's been a few days, and I have not been able to get the sound out of my head. And this movie, there's a lot of... They imply a lot of stuff. At times. And just the implications alone, terrifying.
Fair to say, this will be my last little talk or thing to say about it. This movie is not for the faint of heart.
Yeah, like...
If you're gonna sit down and watch this movie, or find it, or have a copy somehow, whatever, be prepared.
Yes. Not... I don't know, like we were saying, it's not the scariest movie ever, but the real world implications of it, like, this could happen. I hope to God it hasn't happened. It probably has happened.
It's probably happened.
It's probably happened 1,000 times over.
Yeah.
And I hate that it has. But yeah, I can see this movie offending a lot of people. This isn't a movie for everybody. And there are parts of this movie and Fletcher can attest, I was cringing real hard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this movie hurt.
The controversy of this film is warranted.
Yeah. I can't really talk any more about it.
Without giving stuff away.
And I don't want to, because I want the brave and the bold of you that are watching. I dare you to go watch this movie. And, you know, if you do, you'll probably think, oh, you guys are a bunch of pussies. Yeah, you hadn't really watched it.
In fact, I'll make a little dare. You're dropping this Halloween night, correct? This video we're doing right now? I dare you to wrap your Halloween up with this movie.
I dare you.
You want to put the link? Are you going to put the link in it, you think, maybe?
No.
Oh, okay, you go out there.
No, because I will not put the link of how I found this movie. Because it was the second result on Google.
Oh, okay, so it's pretty easy.
So this movie's pretty easy to find, and do it. Do it if you think you can. Yeah, this movie was fucking terrifying. And, yeah, I guess that's it.
You know what to do. The challenge has been set.
Will you do it? Oh! October is officially over. And that's the end of my movie marathon. The Spooktacular 2020 finally at an end. There's too many fucking movies to watch. Not too many, but Jesus. There were some good ones. There were also some bad ones. Pretty much most of the movies with Corey Feldman in it on this list. But yeah, I love horror movies. I love October. I love Halloween. Why can't it be Halloween all year round? Well, it's not for me to decide. But like I said, thank you for watching. Hopefully somebody else will, at least one or two other people might try this next year. Do your own Spooktacular 2021. I'm probably going to try to do it again. Don't know if I'll upload. I do plan on uploading some more video game stuff in the near future. I have no set schedule for it. It'll be up when it's up. And, yeah. Well, I can finally rest. Good night.